Good afternoon. Okay, let's see here. I think chat is active now. You can just reply back over the chat. If you can hear me, just respond back. I think chat is active. Okay, viewers, just let me know if you can hear me. I think chat is available. Right, so if you can hear me, just respond back. I think that you can hear me. Okay, viewers, just let me hear me. I think chat. Okay, is the audio better now? I believe it should be better. Is it clear? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, great. So let's do one thing. As it's already time, so we are 12 minutes late, right? So let's proceed with today's session. That is just your orientation session on your mental led program that you have taken up, right? Okay, so this is going to be just your introduction session or an induction session for your coming July month's time duration, right? So first thing that we would be following is this is a common session for all the students, and it doesn't gonna be a course specific program. What I meant to say is, as in this gathering we have all the other domains, CSE, ECE, EEE, mechanical management, and all the domains, right? So this is nothing gonna be on a core technical or core topic that we would be addressing in this, right? So this is gonna be a general instructions, and note down all the questions or anything that you need to ask in terms of queries, and you can use the chat option to respond back, and do make a note of important email IDs that I would be explaining in this session, right? Apart from that, whatever the general things that you want to ask, you can let me know. So we'll take it further. Okay, cool. So overview of the session, as I've mentioned, to make you familiarize with the program, how the program or process works, right? And do's and don'ts, what are the do's, what are the don'ts. And yeah, so to make you familiarize with LMS, okay, what is LMS? Projects, notes, attendance policy, all those things we'll be speaking on, right? Right, and last but not least, that is how to contact support team, right? How to contact Verzeo, something on that also will be. Right, let's go to the first slide, that is tentative timeline of this internship program, how the internship program will work, and just a rough skeleton of the program. Class will be held according to the agenda. There would be agenda that had been given to you, so which might be okay, cool. Sorry for that. Yeah, I was mentioning about the skeleton of the program. Class will be held according to the agenda. Agenda, I think you might have already received. That is sent with your welcome mail, which has all the topics, which is nothing but your curriculum, and along with that, few instructions on Zoom applications and other things, right? And in the week 6 to week 8, you will be working on minor project and major project that will be assigned, and along with that, your classes will also run during the same time. That would be a simultaneous process, right? Project submission and evaluation will happen in week 9 and week 10, right? So that would be one thing. And week 11th, certification issuing part, where what kind of certificates that you are dealing with, right? Those, all the things would be covered in week 11th. So this is just a rough skeleton from week 1 to week 11, right? So if there is any changes, or if there is anything that is related to your progress of the batch, it might go 1 week beyond, or else 1 week before that also. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. So that is live classes. Okay, how will you attend the live classes? That is over Zoom application. Zoom application currently, you I think you might be aware of it in your colleges, or somewhere in your tenure of your BTech or BCA, MCA, whatever you're doing, right? So you might have come across Zoom application. So that is the mode where we take our online classes, and download the Zoom application and keep the device ready with you, right? And make sure that whenever you are registering or signing to Zoom, you will be signing through your registered email ID itself. Registered email ID is nothing but your onboarded email ID, right? So that is the one that we would be following. And class mails will be sent at least 12 to 24 hours before the session starts. That is, let's say, suppose according to your agenda, if there is any class tomorrow, 12 hours before that, you will be receiving the class notification over a mail, and you need to click on that link, and you are good to go to the class, right? So once check the welcome mail that has been sent to you, right? It will provide you all the information how to attend classes and how to install Zoom application and all the other things. And the classes will be held as per the agenda, as I've told. And what all the mails that you will be receiving, right? So that would be sent from onboarding@verzeo.com. This is the email ID which we would be following to send the class notifications. Keep this mail ID, note it down, or else save in your inbox. And whenever the notification would be sent from Verzeo's end, it would be delivered to your inbox, other than your spams, promotions, or some other things, right? So that is one approach that you can follow. And you must join the session on time and with the registered email ID, as I've told, the onboarded email ID. Attendance won't be considered. Uh, Attendance won't be considered, but there are few what is the additional benefits that we would be giving for attendance that you can take care of. And mic and camera will always be turned off, right? Just to make sure that all the things are going in a proper way and there won't be any disturbance in the classes. So that is the main reason we are keeping the mics and camera turned off. And anyways, you will be having your chat section available. That would be dedicated for your answering your questions or solving your queries, all those things. Okay. And along with that, we would give somewhere around 10 to 15 minutes at the end for pure doubt clarification. Let's say if you have any doubts or anything related to the topic, you can get it addressed in the section at the end. Okay. Cool. Do's and don'ts. These are the do's and don'ts that you need to follow. What are those? Join the session on time, join the class with the registered mail ID, turn in your assignments, projects within the given deadline, ask doubt by raising your hands or by posting in the chat within the Zoom. So you can raise your hand in Zoom application just to get to know that if you are having any doubts or not, if you want to ask anything. Right, actively participate in the group project. So how to participate, what are the modes, and speak about that project session, right? Okay, so do not have any private conversation. These are the don'ts that I'll be explaining. Okay, there was some internet issues, I believe, so that's why there was a lag. Can you guys just please can let me know that is the connection fine and you are able to hear me without any lag? Okay, is it any better? Is it any better with the audio? I believe this is better. So let me proceed with the don'ts. Do not have any private conversation during the classes. That is just to make sure that the classroom decorum is followed properly. And do not turn on your mics or camera as I've told before itself, right? Avoid sharing any personal information with your peers, that is your fellow mates or something. Whenever you're attending classes, just make sure that don't provide your mail IDs or phone numbers to the ones, right? Because that can be misused. And creating any social media group is strictly prohibited or forbidden, just to make sure that there won't be any cross promotional activities that gonna happen, right? And no forms of advertisement is allowed. in case of cross promotional activities, or else if you are collabed with some other companies or some other things, right? So don't go ahead with any promotional activities inside the forum, because if there is any rectification of those things, then it will be a problem for you, and it will be a problem for your college also. So that is the main reason. So these are the do's and don'ts, the general things that we usually follow to make the program run better, right? So these are the ones. Let's go to the next slide. That is LMS and live classes recording. This is the most important one. I believe you might have received your LMS access, learning management system, received mail or a link from our end. Yes, no, maybe in the chat. Have you guys received it? People in the chat, can you respond? Yes, okay, great. So LMS link you have already received from our end. I think the URL is learn.verzeo.in. What it is used for is it is used for your live classes recordings that would be posted in your LMS forum, and along with that there might be some notes, previous contents and assignments which are already there, right? And the access for the LMS is for 6 months. 6 months is the general tenure that we provide you with the content access, and you can access it n number of times. That is, there is no restrictions or limit for checking the videos or going through each and every content what is there in the LMS. Okay, so that you can check for the 6 month tenure. Let's say after 6 months, if you want to get it extended, there might be some additional processing amount that you need to pay. Okay, you can contact the support team, they will help you out if you want to get it extended. But till 6 months, this is the one, and you can go through it, right? Whoever haven't created your account, you can sign up yourself to this URL learn.verzeo.in, right? And as this is a initial class or induction that we are conducting, if few of you aren't aware of what exactly this is and you have received a mail or not, once check for the mail stating LMS access or something, right? And once you are signed in, most probably you will be getting your access within a 24 to 48 hours after this session, whoever is not having it, right? Whoever has it, good to go. You can proceed with the recorded contents or whatever is there in the portal. Okay. How many classes will be there for a week? I think that was a question that I have received. Great. So upon your agenda or upon your program that you have taken, let's say machine learning or web development or uh, uh, cybersecurity, IoT, or anything that you have taken, right? Upon the program that you have taken and what are the dates that has been finalized, according to that, the number of hours or number of classes would be finalized. But in a rough scenario, I think in a week, somewhere around two sessions would be there, or either of 1 hour or 2 hour. Okay, so that comes to somewhere around uh, 2 to 3 hours in a week, right? So that would happen, and typically our program runs for the regular programs runs for around 18 hours or 20 hours, the curriculum, and which goes for 2 months, right? And if you have taken any advanced program, which might go for 3 months. Okay, how would I know the class timings? Nikhil, I think you have to check for the curriculum. Okay, a mail that has been sent to you which states agenda, right? So that has a timetable, what all dates, what all times you will be having the classes. And let's say, suppose if you haven't received it, then don't worry. Within 48 hours, that is within next 2 days, you will be receiving it, because there might be some final updation on the batch or timings that is being going on, right? So if you haven't received it, don't panic, don't worry. You will get it by the next 2 days. If you have already received, you can go through the dates and times which is being portrayed over there. Is that clear, guys? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, great. So let's go to the next slide, which brings to the attendance policy. So if you guys have remembered, I have mentioned that there is no attendance that we keep as criteria, right? But we are giving some additional benefits on attendance so that you can utilize it properly, and it will be easy for you to what to say, work on the project also, right? So that is the main reason we are keeping this attendance, what to say, percentage, that is 80% attendance for a discount voucher of the second course. And if you are having greater than 90%, then you would be provided with portfolio enhancement program. This is not for all. This is for students who are having greater than 90% attendance. Attendance is criteria, and this would be a free skill, soft skill development program that would be given to you. Okay, so these are the two extra things that you will be receiving upon the attendance criteria. Is that clear? Roshan, I'll come back to projects later. Don't worry. Okay. Okay, cool. So coming back to notes and assignments. So all kind of notes and assignments would be shared over a mail, and you need to check your mails regularly for the informations or notifications. So let's say whatever the information that would be sent regarding notes and assignments, that would be sent from event@verzeo.com. And any assignment given by the mentor, that would be shared over the class, that is live classes. Okay. And after that, it would be shared to you over a mail. Yes, for Nikhil, attendance would be maintained for live classes for the extra benefit purpose that I have mentioned, right? So let's go to the next slide. Projects. So before I enter projects, let me take few of the questions. When will the main classes are going to start, Pranay? So great question. So as this is an induction session, according to your curriculum, right, that is agenda, whatever the date that has been mentioned, according to that it will run. So let's say, suppose if you haven't received agenda, most probably all the classes might start after 24 hours itself, that is after today or tomorrow, right? So don't worry about that. Once check your mails properly from Verzeo's end, if there is any what say notifications that has been sent regarding to agenda, curriculum or something like that, you can go with that. Agenda, Srini, they have mentioned, right? What do you understand by the term agenda? Agenda means how the program is being structured, what all things you will be covering in those tenure of 2 month or 3 month, right? So that is something called as agenda. So what all things will be there in agenda? Your curriculum, like topics, what all topics you will be learning, and what date you will be having classes, what time you will be having classes. All those things would be mentioned in agenda. Something like a timetable, if you call it in your term that is being used in your college, right? Is that clear? Okay, cool. So let's come back to the projects. That is yep, allotment of the project. So when would be the projects are allotted? It would be allotted in 6th or 8th week, that is in the second month. Okay. And don't worry, before allotting the project, it would be discussed over the live classes. Mentor will speak about it. Mentor will provide you all the information, how to work on the project, what are the things required for the projects. And after that, it will be provided to you, and it will be shared to you over a mail with the subject line. I believe you understand by the term subject line, which subject line, that is a problem statement that would be given to you. So according to that, you would be proceeding, and you'll be having two projects in your hand. That is one minor project and one major project. One project, that is the minor project, would be of 1 week time for completion, and it'll be shared to you over a mail with the problem statement and all the things that you need to do, and with the deadline of a week or 2 week time, right? Or the deadline date would also be mentioned over there. Only thing that you need to do is work on the project and submit the project. Okay, so that is how the minor project works. And the major project, as it is a team project, how the teams are built. Let's say if there are 10 student batch or group that we are creating for projects, those 10 will work on a single project, and you can split the project among yourself according to your comfortability. Let's say if it is a web development related project, one can work on front end, one can work on back end, one can work on connection of front end and back end. So all those things that you can do, but the only important thing would be the end result, that is the output. Once you're submitting the documentation of the output, then you are good to go. And again, you will be having a roughly around 2 week time for working on the major project, and submission will also have somewhere around 2 week time, right? So that you can complete and you can share. And once that is done, you are good to go with the certificate. So before we go with that, as I've told, a group will be created for project, right? So what kind of group will be created? There will be a Google Classroom group that will be created, which acts similar to a WhatsApp group. But in our mode of teaching, in our mode of process, there won't be any WhatsApp group, Telegram, Discord that we create, right? So there is no allowance for that. But we follow a Google Classroom group that is authenticated and monitored by Verzeo. You will be working on that. You will be receiving the link in the second month, and you can click on it and you can good to go. Okay. So these are something about projects, and projects would be a capstone project that you would be working on. The next thing would be project submission and doubts. So let's say if you have a doubt related to the project, so how you can get it clarified. So in the second month, as you are currently what to say, you would be attending the live sessions also, right, in the second month. So you can ask the project related doubts in the classes also. Let's say if there is anything more that you want to ask, you can write it down to us, to mentors@verzeo.com email ID. The last email ID in the bottom section, it is mentioned, mentors@verzeo.com. You can just note it down, right? So to this email ID, you can forward your technical queries, whatever the issues that you have related to a project, or if you are not understanding something, you can write it down to this. And any general queries or general issues, you can write it down to support@verzeo.com. Rest, project@verzeo.com is the mail ID that we follow to share you the projects in terms of let's say which project you are working on, or what is the deadline and everything. It is simple. You'll be provided with a mail with the form attached, where all the details of yours would be pre-filled. You need to just make sure that once you're done with the project, you need to attach the final document to that same form, and you are good to go. Okay. That is all about project submission. And let's say if there is an extension that you need for project submission, you need to write it down to support@verzeo.com. If it is a genuine reason, if it is documented, and if it is approved or can be approved by the team, then we'll follow with that. If not, then again, you need to stick on to the deadline. Okay. Is that clear on the project submission and doubts? Lifestyle goals, I'm not sure what is your name. What kind of projects? It is capstone projects. So projects, let's say whatever the topic that you have covered, right? According to that, your projects will be rolled out, which is being finalized by the mentor, right? And let's say whatever that is given to you, that will be pre-made sure that you can deliver it, or else you can work on it by alone. That is for minor project, or else you have to work with your teammate. Okay, all those information would be taken, and after that it would be provided. Is that clear, guys? Yes, no, maybe. Till projects, is it clear? Okay, great. So Pranay asks, sir, there are already recorded session in the LMS account. Same things is going to be live session. See, recorded sessions are either a content that is been already added to you, or else it might be a previous batch recordings that is being provided. So that is for your reference purpose. Let's say now you want to start the recordings or the content video. So then you can start it by yourself, and after that, in between, anyways, like when the live sessions won't be there, right? That time, if you want to work on the content videos, you can watch those videos and you can prepare yourself. Okay. So as this session is mentor-led session, mentor-led is uh, training that would be provided by mentors, right? As it is a mentor-led session, the live sessions would be included. So if there are any students who have taken self-paced program that is content, viewing only content and preparing by yourself, something like that, then it would be a different one. Okay. Project is again depends. So as this session includes all kind of students or audience, right? That is mechanical, CSE. So let's say if it is computer science MLAI related thing, then you might be working on a code and you might be working on an end output. And if it is something related to IoT robotics or something like that, then you might be working on designing and what do you say, something on softwares, simulation softwares or something. If it is related to mechanical, again designing part will come into the picture and working model, right? So something like that. And if it is management related, definitely you can't work on what to say, modeling and those things, right? Then it might be a documentation part where you would be working on research, or you might be working on collecting some information and working on your model, right? Is that clear? Attendance is based on live classes. I think that answers Nikhil. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Certificates. Okay, what kind of certificates would be provided? There might be different set of certificates that you will be dealing with. Let's say if it is CSA related, then you might be having course completion certificate that is based on your minor project, and internship completion certificate that is based on your major project. And there would be an additional project that would be given to you for outstanding performance certificate. Those are only for the ones who have completed both minor and major and one outstanding performance project and within the deadline, right? Nikhil, I think for that, so if you're not attending live classes, then yeah, that's all. Like your attendance won't be considered on that, right? So that is a simple thing that you need to understand. Okay, and yeah, coming back to certificates. For mechanical related, there is an Autodesk or other certificate that would be provided to you. So whatever has been promised at the initial place related to the certificate, that would be provided. Okay, and if there is any extra questions or anything that you need to ask, you can write it to support@verzeo.com. They will help you out with the information that you are looking for. Okay, and in this session, current general certificates are mentioned. If there is any additional things, you would be made sure of. Okay, cool. So let's go to the next slide. Shantanu, I think I have answered that particular question, how to join the classes, right? Zoom application is the one. You would be provided with the class link. And if you want, you can rewind the video to the beginning. It started with the how to join the session, what all things would you would be requiring for joining the session, right? So that is the thing. Nikhil, you can do one thing. You can write it back to support. Okay, they will take your query and they would try to help you out on that. Is that clear? Okay, coming to the next slide, that is how to contact us, how to contact support team, that is Team Verzeo. All your queries must be mailed to support@verzeo.com. So this is the email ID. Let's say whatever the general information or general queries that you have, you can write it to this, and replies will be provided to you on 24-hour based format. Let's say if you are writing a mail today, you can expect the revert back within 24 hours. And one more mode of contacting the team is over a call. That is the number that is mentioned, 08047166567. Okay, this is the number, and the number will be active from 11 in the morning till 8 in the evening. In between, for an hour or something, it might be disabled for the breaks, right? But if not, 11 to 8 is the tenure where we would be following for answering the queries, right? And if you have any other general things that you want to know, you can check the FAQs. You might have received a FAQ document along with your today's class notification, right? You can go through that, and most of the queries are being already answered over there. And if suppose there are more that you need to get it addressed, you can write back to us. Okay. In which time the class will be held? It will be Indian Standard Time, IST, right? And the classes would start after 5 till 9. 5 to 9 is the tenure for weekdays. And in Sunday, 10 to 9 is the one, right? Whatever the slot that has been finalized to you, according to that, the classes will run. So that would be the thing on that. Q&As, I have already mentioned most of the LMS attendance related, agenda related questions I've already answered. Any queries that is there with you in terms of how to contact or how to get the things resolved, you can definitely check with me in this session. We have already sent you the FAQs, as I've already mentioned. You can go through the FAQ document, and you can get your majority of the doubts, which is there answered. And thank you for attending this session. I would like to appreciate one and all, right? So before I wind up this session, I would like to take general questions. I won't answer the same questions which has been already been answered. If there is anything more or anything that you need to get it addressed, you can ask me. We'll get those things sorted. Okay. Pranay, then I think if you're not able to attend the classes or something, those classes would be mentioned as absent, but you can definitely go through the recorded videos and come up or understand the topics that has been covered in those. And after that, let's say in the next upcoming sessions that you would be attending, right? During that time, you can ask the questions if there is any doubt that you have on the previous sessions. Okay. I didn't understand, Nafiza. So that is soft skills development program for the students who are having greater than 90%, right? So that would cover resume building related, how to create a resume, how to create a CV, how to make sure that you are ready for an interview, all those things. So those are given for those who are having greater than 90% attendance. And if you are having greater than 90% attendance, if you attend all the sessions or something, you can avail these kind of features. Okay. Reshma, that would be difficult, right? Abroad, a reference for abroad or something like that. But that's what, if there is anything, if you are an extraordinary performer or something like that, if Virgil rectifies it, then there might be some chances where your resumes can be circulated, right? Each student doesn't have one mentor. There would be one mentor, that is trainer, who would be providing you all the information over the sessions, right? And who are industrial experts, who are working in industry, and who are having a in-depth knowledge in making the student understand the concepts also. It depends upon you, Nafiza. Sir, for project submission, shall we get separated in batch with our college friends? Yeah, definitely. Aratya, you can do that, but only one thing that you need to make sure is, let's say in the second month, whenever you are entering the project session, right? So during that time, once write a mail to support telling that these are my friends, I want them to be added in a batch. Okay. Don't write a mail right away. Okay. Don't write a mail now. Write it in the second month whenever the project is being given to you in the classes. Okay. No, Chetan, we won't provide those kind of facilities in this current internship program. So there are different programs which deals with that. That is job guarantee and pro degrees, right? Which includes what to say, placement assistance and those kind of activities, right? So that is a different program. I think I have already answered Aryan. Anything more that you want to get it addressed? So make sure that you are attending all the classes, because most of the queries can be answered in the live classes itself. Okay. And understand, see why you have joined the program, to get your skills developed, right? So make sure that you are focusing on that, and once it is done, utilize the other features, benefits that is being given. And certification importance is also there, because whatever the program that you are completing, so that has a value which can be shown over the certificate, right? And make sure that you are getting or utilizing all the things that has been provided. Sandeep, you will have a mixed kind of things that would go on, because you'll be working on the projects, working on the theoretical part, working on the practical part. So many things will come into the picture. Okay, once check the curriculum, you'll get a better idea. When will you get in touch with the mentor? So soon as possible, that is within 24 to 48 hours, right? So whenever your first classes would be scheduled and sent, you would be having an opportunity to hear the mentor and understand the topics. I think that answers Mohit. Cool. Anything more? I'm here for 5 minutes more. Yes, Roshan, we do have. Uh, no, that's gonna be difficult, because see, these are the programs which has a collaboration on the certifications or the contents that we deliver, right? Let's say, I'm not sure what program that you have taken. So depending upon that, if you are doing really good or something like that, why can't you clear the interviews by yourself, right? So that is also a question. It is not just about referrals, it is about the practice and the things that you are putting on the program. Cool. Great. What kind of notes? Notes includes materials like reading materials, or it can be something that includes the question and answers kind of things. So a lot of things would be there. So it would be definitely a soft copy. It is not a hard copy, right? Because you are attending the online sessions. Definitely. So once the program is completed, right? So you can use this certificate or LinkedIn or other jobs, wherever you are applying. You can use the certificates and mention about the skill sets that you have acquired. See, the main thing is focus on your skills, develop the things, understand the concept, what you are getting out of, right? And certificate will definitely speak for that, right? If you have a good skills, if you are able to answer the questions that has been mentioned by your interviewers, then nothing else matter. What about the timings of the class? Nafisa, I think I have already mentioned. Regular timings starts from 5 till 9. So in that, whatever the batch or timings that has been finalized for you, right? So that would be taken further. I'm here for 2 more minutes. Reshma, no, there won't be any. Okay, so that comes under a different program itself, which is a pro degree program, certification programs. When we get the link of live sessions, Neha, soon, as I've told, right? I think once try to check for agenda if you have received it. If not, wait for it today, because as this is just an induction session, right? We are making you ready, or we are informing you what all things would be there in the coming days, right? And make sure that you check your mails properly. Try to keep a habit of checking your mails at least 2 times a day, in the morning or one in the night. Okay, so that let's say whenever a notifications or anything that is sent to you, right, you can see that and you can attend it. Okay. Yes, Sakid, you are perfectly right. 12 to 24 hours before you will receive the class notification. Cool. I think that's all. I'll be winding it up. So do we have your office in Chennai? So I would join them for learning classes. Currently, we are not going ahead with offline. I think who is that? Nikhil. Yep. Currently not. In future, we might be, because company is planning to go for Chennai location also, right? Might be in future. Currently not. Great. Anything more, guys? I believe the session was useful. If there is anything more, you can definitely let me know. Okay, great. Yep, Pradeep, if it is mentioned as 13th, then you will be attending it on 13th. Great, guys. Thank you so much for attending. Right. So that's all from my end. If you have anything more, you can reach out to us over a mail. That is to support@verzeo.com. I think I have already mentioned the phone number in the slides. You can rewind the video and you can check the number and you can dial it to us, or else you can go to website and you can check the number and you can call it to us. That's all from my end. It's Ajay Billav here. Thank you so much for attending. Have a great uh, evening ahead. Thank you so much.